Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're going to take a look at a college football game. It's going to be my video best bet of the week. And guys, we're going to take a look at Minnesota and Northwestern. If you're a Minnesota Gopher fan this football season, you can't be of the faint of heart because their 4 games have been decided by a grand total of 15 points. You could do a super teaser with them and come in with a lot of winners. But, 4 games like it, a lot of people look, and I want to ask you guys, I'll go to you first, Scott. When you see a team that has so many close games, do you look at that as a positive or a negative? Because they have an advantage over a team that has been playing all cupcakes and has blowouts, that the first time they get into a tight game, they don't have the experience. At least Minnesota's going to have the experience in that situation. Or do you look at it like the majority of the people, I think, will look and say, well, they were lucky to get by 2 MAC conference teams. This team's not as good as we think they are.
I would say you got to look at the coach, and because it's Jerry Kill, who I have a ton of respect for, I think he preps as well as anybody in college football to get his team ready for what's coming up next and what they've gone through so far in the season. Because it's Jerry Kill, my answer is I don't think it bothers this team at all to play in close games. I think it's kind of their MO, and I think they know that with Jerry Kill and his staff putting them in the right place at the right time, calling the right plays, they're going to win those real tight games more often than they're going to lose them. That's what the players are going to think. I mean, listen, this is the only defense in college football that's had a clue against TCU this season. They lost that game by 6 on an opening Thursday night.
This isn't normal Minnesota football. Minnesota plays a lot of close games, but we've seen over the years where they've been high-scoring close games.
Sure.
They'll score points, but they were always giving up. So this is a total reversal for Minnesota. Brian, I'm going to ask you because you're the MAC guy. I made the reference that they played 2 close games against 2 MAC teams. Me personally, some of the teams in the MAC this year, I think the MAC conference is a little bit better this year than people are giving them credit for.
Not only is the MAC better, they're taking money. I mean, you look at it last week, they took money against Minnesota, and it was right money. They've got some pretty good teams in the MAC this year.
Bowling Green is just scoring points
Central
left and right.
Michigan's a lot better than anybody thought they were going to be.
Toledo knocks off Arkansas on the road. I mean,
Akron and Kent, even though they're not winning these games, their run defense is terrific, which is going to keep them in a lot of games. You mentioned playing the close games or whatever. I think it all depends on what's happening in those close games. If you're losing close games, it's not a good thing because then if it gets to be a close game, the team will start thinking about, here we go again. But if you're able to win them, they have the confidence that they can pull it out.
just the opposite of what we talk about in the Texas video of that, they win more games than they lose in these close games under Jerry Kill, and Texas Longhorns lose more close games than they win under Charlie Strong.
I do want to point out something about these defenses. These are really good defenses. I'm expecting this to be a low-scoring game. But on the season, between the 2 teams, there's only been 1 drive of 80 yards or more, which is unheard of. Nobody's been able to take the ball all the way down the field against these teams. I'm looking for a low-scoring game here.
Exactly what I'm looking for. And if I got a defensive dog, both teams are good defensively, but only one of them's the dog. And I'm looking at the dog here.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah, I'm going to take the
some of the plays he's better, but ended up being dogs, but they weren't at the time.
Oh, what a shot there. But seriously, I look at Northwestern, and they beat Stanford the first week of the season, and that surprised a lot of people, and then especially what we saw Stanford do to USC now. But the rest of the thing, they took care of Eastern Illinois. So what? I just scratched that one out. I don't even look at the stats at that game. But I look at Duke. They went to Duke, and Duke's never going to fool anybody having a great defense. They only put up 19 points against Duke, and then they had 24-19 game against Ball State. Again, another team out of the MAC, but still, I'm not super impressed with Northwestern. I like what Minnesota's done, and the TCU game definitely sticks out. So I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota here. That's going to be my video best bet. And guys, the NFL this year, we've done very, very well in the NFL. We're 9-3 so far on the season, and that's after a 4-2 preseason. We're going to have our first 5% of the season this Sunday in the NFL. You can check that out over at WagerTalk.com. And, of course, that would also be part of the all-access package for $69. It's the best deal going Thursday through Monday, $69. Lock up your favorite capper. And don't forget, if you want to go long-term, we have the big deal 25% off. We'll be back with more videos, but don't forget, you can find all of our videos at WagerTalk.com.